announcement. We are open to have private sessions. I am opening new dates on my schedule. We have a brand new automated booking system. No more long waits for confirming the booking. That's right, everyone. Automated booking system is here. Go to andrewbartzis.com and look forward to seeing you in a private session.
Oh, hello, everybody, all you fabulous fans out there. Welcome to the Talking Stick Show. And today, where we're going to talk about toxic narcissism, defense in the unseen. Okay, so let me introduce everybody here. We have the Ms. Lavish Laura Massey. Hi, Laura.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Amy.
And, oh yeah, I didn't even introduce myself, Amy Kruzic. And the Mr. Dashing Dale Tobin. Hello, Dale.
Hello, everyone from the land of phallus. Hello.
Hello. And we also have Mr. Adventurous himself, Andrew Bartzis.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
And there is, let's see, Sharpshooter Sean Bibby. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Hey, guys.
Yes. So, where do we begin?
So, just before we begin, Amy, can I just make everyone aware that I have a psychic surgery training coming up on the 13th and 14th of July. So if you'd like to learn psychic surgery skills, to learn to be a practitioner, in this training you'll learn light generation, advanced energy clearing, sending treatments backwards and forward in time, psychic surgery on yourself, and learning how to undergo psychic surgery on clients. So if you'd like to learn the psychic surgery journey of coming into the solstice, going through this great change, so yeah, thank you guys.
There we go.
So first of all, I think Amy needs her talking stick badge because you managed to say talking stick and not talking stick.
I did. You're right. Talking stick. Wow. Okay. I didn't. That's good.
And I have the talking stick bubble right next to my bubble. So technically, I have the talking stick.
You do. So
You do.
what have you got to say then?
Well, I believe today we are going to be doing some role playing as requested by many, many, many of the people out there. So today, this show is about toxic narcissists, how to defend yourself against them. So the 4 of them plus Joel, the 5 of them are going to be individual narcissists, and I am going to be the sole empath, defending myself against the narcissistic traits and tendencies, showing you how I'll to deal with various narcissistic types. So the current setup is 5 narcissists and an empath walk into a bar. They've all been high school friends. They've gone to their high school reunion, and they're just hanging out afterwards. Okay? Now, real quick, Dale, Laura, Sean, Amy, what is a narcissist? Each of you have your own definition of one.
Someone who can't see past themselves and everything evolves around them and it has to be their way, and they'll learn how to manipulate in the most skilled way to get their own way. Sometimes they can appear very friendly at the start, and a lot of people really get endured and fall for them. But after a while of being and spending time getting close to them, they start to break your reality and they start to make you feel less, and they start to gaslight you, start to make you feel like shit. But over the period of time, you can become blind to them and you get used to it. You get used to the narcissistic abuse, and sometimes you can't see it. It's like being in a relationship, in my past relationship, going through that process of actually seeing what it was, going for that realization that I was with a narcissist, so on and so forth, and actually coming into the terms of healing the trauma, because it traumatized me. And it's about how you can understand how deep they can traumatize us. I'm not saying there are parts of me, narcissistic tendencies I have, and in the relationship, there are parts of me which are the narcissistic tendencies. So for me, the narcissist is all about just, they're in their own world, they care about themselves, they'll drop you like a sack of shit. They don't have any really truly emotions towards you and how you actually feel. And they'll just as soon as they finish with you, they'll put you to the side and say, done. And that's it. And they walk on while the other person has to deal with all the shit and so on. That's what I see a narcissist as anyway.
So my experience with narcissists is the attraction, from my point of view, whether male or female, is often they have a great deal of presence. I know it's a false presence, it's not based on anything really substantial, but in the beginning they can have a lot of charisma and a lot of appeal. And obviously it's the opposite sex for me, like sometimes a great deal of sexual appeal as well, and the chemistry can be there. And then after a while, when you get to know what's behind it, you realize how toxically you're being treated, and you can be dismissed, especially as like I was very much an empath who wanted to fix everybody and love somebody better and so on. And their use of manipulation, and we typically say gaslighting for narcissists, it's what they do, the nasty comments. And I think in the beginning you tend to, well, I did, dismiss those or make excuses until one day you have the realization that actually that person is walking all over your boundaries, or you're not creating boundaries. And when you start to create those boundaries, they don't like it because they're losing some of the manipulation that is their way, the controlling way, the manipulating way that they use.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, for me, wow, that's good. It's all that. And there's a sense of entitlement, like they're special and they require a certain amount of upkeep, let's say, to fulfill their entitlement. Like, it's me first. I would say that they all, I see like a smoke and mirror type of thing where they'll exaggerate your flaws so they can compensate by making others feel bad, right? So, they'll always be pushing it on you, and they're pretty good at lying too, I would think.
Compulsive liars. Yeah.
Yeah. They're good at that, and they have lack of accountability. They're not accountable for anything, because they always do the blame game.
Yeah.
And they have no.
You can never hold a narcissist accountable for anything. They won't allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they take no responsibility, do they, for anything?
No.
And you can get so many different levels of narcissists. Like some of them are very smart to very like just kind of going off the rails, going crazy. But you get so many different levels and so many things. Like I've seen a narcissist who just kind of kicks off, shouts at you. But then I've seen really smart ones who do it in such a way where you actually think you're in the wrong. Or when you go over to them, you've just done this to me, or this has happened, that's happened. All of a sudden you tell them that, then it feels like you're the one who's done wrong. You're like, holy shit, like have I done wrong? So there's so many different levels of narcissists that I've seen so many different layers to it, like real smart ways of doing it.
An arch nemesis that takes months or years to figure out how the weaving's taking place. And then just the amateur narcissist that you figure out as soon as you walk into their presence, which is the most of them for the most part. And I usually find the vampiristic quality to all of them is like as soon as you walk in there, it just wants to drain your energy of everything, just to control everything. I always find that controlling quality. They just really wants to control every single outcome everywhere. And that block of flow is just, it's not very exciting. Their way or the highway, like I think you said.
Yeah, so I'll add my 2 cents. So the vast majority of narcissists who have reached somewhat of the intermediate or advanced level of narcissism have very little emotions and feel very little emotions. That's why they're constantly deflecting emotions and blame onto others. A number of those who are emotionally deflective are sociopaths. Now, a high-functioning narcissist can be a sociopath at the same time. Now, what is a sociopath? One who has zero feelings for others, and anything that is done to them, they will feel nothing. Like a CEO who will fire 5,000 employees the day before Christmas. Or somebody who's in politics that'll pass a law that'll send millions of people to jail over 1 gram of marijuana. Okay? Those are high-functioning sociopaths or narcissists intertwined. They need the narcissist to manipulate the teams of people around them, and they need the sociopath to make the decisions of destructiveness. Now, let's set up the role playing here. We talked about before, we're going to be a bunch of, you guys are going to be the narcissist. I'm going to be the empath here. So let's set up a scene. We would also take people that are in the chat room. If you want to set up a scenario, you can go into the chat room and give us a setup where the narcissist will try to do some manipulative technique on the empath. Okay. So who wants to go first?
I can go it.
Okay. So I just come back with a round of drinks from everyone because I'm the empath. Hi, everyone. Here's your round of drinks. Okay.
About time you bought those drinks, Andrew.
Yeah.
What about my shot? Where's my shot?
Thank you.
Man, this is the wrong drink, man.
Well, good luck. You're gonna get what you get.
What took you so long, anyway?
The bartender was slow as fuck.
Are you sure?
Am I sure? What do I look like?
Yeah. Are you sure? I
don't
mean,
know.
you
You
know,
should
I saw
have
you-
flagged them down,
Everyone
man. You should have
complaining
flagged
about
them down.
time, so yes.
Did you get dressed in the dark today?
Did I get these in the dark today? No, I got them in the light.
Did you get dressed in the dark? I'm not sure about what you're wearing.
Are you trying to insult the way I look? I mean, look at you still dressed like you were in high school. Jean jackets and hair still the exact same way. Come on.
Yeah, I like
Don't you,
it.
bro?
Oh,
Bro's
Yeah, you
just
look-
mad because he was
no,
a
you look-
nerd.
This empath has got some skills. I'm not going to lie. This is one of the most skilled empaths I've ever seen.
Yes.
well, now everybody just got a drink of their beer first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura, that's a great outfit you have on. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's the same one she's been wearing since high school.
Well, that's great. She still fits in it. She still fits in it.
Not the same size. She was 5 sizes smaller before.
Have Amy and Andrew switched roles?
Yeah.
Andrew's being very empathic, and Andrew's being a narcissist.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not good at this. Go ahead.
No. I'm being the empath. I'm giving it
know.
back.
I know.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
So
wait.
Go on, Amy. Go on.
Go, Laura. Go.
So, Andrew, are you still working, at that restaurant? Waiting
No,
tables?
I quit and I run my own podcast now and have my own business. Been doing it for 10 years. I don't think you have listened to any of the shows, huh?
I don't think I've seen any of them out there.
Are you ever going to get a real job? That podcast is just not a job, is it?
I make more money than all four of you combined.
Let's bought my third house, bro.
You know, that YouTube-y job. I'm living my dream.
I don't think so. I'm on 500K a year.
500K what? Monopoly money?
Who's this empath? He's got it.
This is how you deal with narcissists.
Oh,
all right. How to deal with them.
Oh,
I see.
Get them off their game.
Okay. So this is a reborn empath.
No. We're a group of friends, so taking the piss out of each other's normal.
Okay.
Right?
So, bro, I just looked you up, man, on the Google, and it says you're a conspiracy theorist.
Well, yeah, I do a bunch of things beyond a conspiracy theorist, too. It's a good part of the business. Everybody loves a good conspiracy. What happens if I Google you? What does it say? High school football track, and that was it? Oh, wait, it doesn't even say that, because that was before the internet.
So, Andrew,
just mad nerd.
let's see. I don't even know what to say. So what is this? What is this conspiracy theorist? What are you doing with that? What is that? Why do you get
Well,
so
it's
many?
not just conspiracy theory, but I'll give you a good explanation.
Yeah, give
So
me.
our government is run by unelected officials. Do you believe that?
Of course.
Okay. Well, those unelected officials have had a long-term plan to rob the wealth of the average person and enrich themselves, and while doing that, incarcerate as many people as possible, to manipulate the laws in such a way that the average human being has no real resolve in the courts. Look what's just happened in our modern politics. This is just being played out. Now, there's next levels of conspiracy that are out there, too, which said we never landed on the moon, 9/11, so on and so forth. Most of those I don't get into. I get into the manipulative aspects of how government and business manipulate people into negative emotional states, and I try to present ways to them to get out of the conspiracy, to get out of that journey, and rediscover their own sovereign aspects within themselves, to touch grass with their feet again, to discover what faith and prayer means, to discover a daily practice, or find something that's new in their life, because that when you look at darkness, darkness looks back at you.
Okay, guys, we
Yeah,
got
but-
another conspiracy
Sounds like
theorist over here.
Yeah,
So,
I think
like-
so.
So,
Sean.
like,
I think I'd
So, like, you
unsubscribe to you
running
on
a-
He
YouTube.
talks about the same thing every time he comes.
As long as
Yeah.
it's not making me money, I don't want to hear it.
Well, you ask me the same questions every time, so
Why do we need
geez,
to be
maybe ask me
sovereign?
a different question. Maybe
Wait.
listen to a show. I know you guys are far beyond being able to actually listen to a show.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
do we
listen
need to
to
be
your next one.
sovereign? Why do we need to be sovereign for? I
Do
mean,
you know
come on.
what sovereign
Yeah, man.
means?
We're
Sounds
like a
like-
whole
sounds like a
community
cult,
here.
man.
Remember high school? Remember high school? We were all like a bunch of great people. And
No, you picked on everybody, and you were all miserable people that decided to bully everybody.
no, we
He's just
didn't. You were
mad 'cause
part of
we
that
were
group. What are you
popular.
talking about? You were part of
I
that
was the
group.
bully.
You were part of the group. If
What did you do to Mary Sue?
Well, Mary Sue,
Amy, what did you do to Mary Sue?
I think Mary Sue deserved what she got.
She got a
Do
swirly.
you know what Mary Sue's doing now?
I don't know. Which
Yeah,
Mary
she
Sue.
killed
I don't
herself.
keep up.
She killed herself just after high school.
Well, that's great.
That's
Because
her own fault.
Yeah, it's her
Yeah.
choice.
That was
Shit
her
happens,
choice.
bro.
She did it.
Shit happens, right, Joel?
She was depressed, and she just needed to be put in her place. There's no guilt there. What are you talking about?
That
was good. That was really good.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I got into that one.
No, that was me manipulating back to show the narcissistic tendencies.
Exactly.
You fell right into it. Okay?
I did.
You're too good an empath. We can't have this. We can't
Well,
abuse
you
you.
want me to remember when I was the caller, the know-it-all caller?
Oh, yeah.
God, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are we
All
doing
it
an
means is I
empath
was
one?
giving you guys the challenge stick.
Yes, you have. So I think we've all failed at narcissism with a re-empowered empath here.
Yes,
So you
re-empowered.
got an interesting question in the chat here from Nellie Kelly. Sorry, don't mean to be funny, but even if an empath learned to defend themselves from a narcissist, they would keep the kindness side of their personality, surely.
Nope. The first thing first, the narcissist, if you keep your kind side, the narcissist will abuse that on you. And the whole point of having a sharp, responsive personality that's still in the guise of taking the piss out of each other, or friends who just, insult each other because you're friends for so long. So no, you don't have to be this quiet little mouse in the corner.
Mm.
And that's something the empath has to learn. Turn up your volume.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't part of being an empathic be reflecting the same frequency they're putting on you?
That's what I'm doing.
That's
doing
yeah,
it with
yeah.
Focused words back at the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With the chess move is, will they reveal how they really feel? Like the Mary Sue. Amy fell right into it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she deserved it. She deserved to die.
Mm-hmm. It's all role play, guys. By the way.
Yes.
So maybe as an analogy, as an empath, it's better to be a mirror, but most people are a jar. They hold
a jar with a mirror, a circular mirror inside of it.
Amplifying it.
Yeah, amplifying it. The thing is, quick comebacks. The narcissist can't be prepared for more than 2 quick comebacks. Most of them can handle one and will have a quick comeback to come back because that's the manipulative nature. But if you have practiced lines that are meant to throw the narcissist off, you will win every time. And you will frustrate them enough where they'll get up and walk out.
The best one is when you go back and you tell them what they've just said and you slowly say it out loud. What they've just done, and they've already made up something what's gone on in their mind, and they're obviously understanding of it, narcissistic understanding. But you tell them the actual truth they just shut up. They don't say anything. You're like, oh shit.
As soon as you repeat their words, they say, "No, I never said that."
Yes.
So Betsy in the chat says, my sister is a toxic narcissist, and I learned what Andrew is saying the really hard way. You have to stop being a nice because you will get abused back. They do not care about anybody but themselves. Okay? That's right.
Very true. Yeah, very, very true.
I'm the narcissist gunslinger here. The bounty hunter of narcissism. Okay? And I hope people will take some of these quick quibs and learn how to twist it right back on them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they don't like being teased or laughed at all.
Correct. Right. That's why I said about your jacket that you've been having since in 6 size. It's the same one years later. But again, that's still in the realm of taking the piss out of each other and friends doing insults to each other.
Yeah.
The thing I liked is that most of the interactions after you had retorted, we were either laughing or silent because it forces you to think about what was said, and there's no room for quip. I don't know.
Quip,
it's a
program.
That's because they're all a bunch of empaths who haven't trained the empathic response back. I have powerful muscle memory for narcissism because of the amount of sessions that I've been in. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a session with a narcissist and they say something and I have an instant comeback that cuts them down so much they just go silent for 10 seconds.
Because they also don't like discussing anything. If you want to, sit down and have a discussion about problems in a relationship or whatever, they're always too busy.
Or blaming everyone else.
Yes. Yeah. Or you. Yeah. Blaming you. Yeah.
I've had it before where, like in my last relationship, towards the end, I remember saying to myself, I was like, when I go in here, I'm not going to give her intention and look at her like I, like her out like that. And I could see her looking at me, waiting for me to look and be held by her, be like drawn in. And I could just see the program, like, why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't you giving me intention? And like, they hate it when you just deflect and don't really look at them and don't give them that connection. They fucking hate it.
You know that they talk about, I've read about be a grey rock. Have you heard that?
Yep.
If you're living with a narcissist.
Tell us, Laura.
It doesn't solve anything, does it?
Nope.
Because
they're just going to put graffiti on the grey rock.
Say that again?
They're just going to put graffiti on the grey rock.
Ah, what a brilliant way of saying it. Yes, absolutely. The grey rock, Amy, is basically where you let it wash over you. You just become grey, almost like trying to be invisible. But it also means you're not being your true self, doesn't it? You're not being your authentic self. You're having to be a grey rock.
The idea of the grey rock is to make you show whatever they're saying doesn't stick, doesn't get any emotion out of you. But you're just giving the narcissist training. That's all you're doing when you're doing the grey rock. Eventually, they're going to figure out how to get under your skin, and you're going to blow up on them, and they go, "I've won."
Yeah, rock never talks back. Just sit there and be a rock.
Like a rock.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And what happens as soon as you talk back to a narcissist, like in this conversation? They're like,
they get really uncomfortable. Yeah.
They're going to constantly be throwing paper on you.
Yeah.
Paper, scissors, rock. Yeah. So what was I going to say? How does an empath, what are the signs of an empath? If an empath is in a relationship or knows anybody who's a narcissist, for them to, what are the little baby steps, I guess, for somebody just starting out to doing this?
First thing first is you have to get out of their awe. Okay? And most people who have been abused enough, the awe is gone most of the time, and they have the voice inside them that says, this isn't right. And the longer you ignore this isn't right voice, the more you lose yourself to the narcissist. That's the first step of inner recognition. Stop ignoring the inner voice. Listen to what the inner voice says. If somebody is a narcissist and is saying something to you, you don't look right, you don't know how to be a mother, blah, 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 and you know that's not right. You know you're a good mother. You know you do all this stuff. They're just gaslighting and emotionally manipulating you, and you don't have the guts to stand up to them out of fear they might do what? Leave you? Hit you? Stop paying the bills? Whatever other things they have power over your reality.
But are some of the little signs of a narcissist somebody like that who controls what you spend? Let's say it's a male narcissist and a female empath.
Well, the first thing it's going to be over time of dinner, the washing, the menial chores. Those are where the deferred energies will be first. You should notice them first. They never take the trash out, except for maybe once or twice a year. They're constantly deferring whatever parts of their tasks are to other people or to you. That's the first recognition.
Yeah.
The second recognition is if you're in an intimate relationship, they're the one that is instigating all aspects of it without taking any care of what you get out of it.
And the narcissist will always try and change the past, so it was always shit, basically. Right. So even though you had great times and you remember really good times with them, all to them it's just all shit. And it's like, as Andrew, you mentioned about the tearing down the garden. It's like just constantly tearing down the garden. Nothing was good you did. And then you're thinking, oh shit, did I really do that? And you go into the guilt and obviously the guilt of the past, thinking I was a bad person, but you weren't.
Yeah, but that's a low quality narcissist will do that. A high quality narcissist will acknowledge the good as part of a greater manipulative process to keep you under control.
That's really devious.
Oh.
You did all those good things, but
Remember when we had that beautiful dinner and walk on the beach, and I bought you flowers, and afterwards we had an amazing love experience, and then the next day we went out, we did all this stuff, and look at you today. Just you know, you haven't done anything. That's how a narcissist will use the memories of the past to abuse you in the moment.
Oh, and do they like, I don't know, maybe this comes from a movie, but because there's a lot of movies out there. But what about the man who at a party, say they're at like a luxurious party, and he just displays his wife out there to people, right? Like, oh, look at
The
her.
trophy wife?
Yeah, the trophy wife. Yeah, exactly. And then when they get home, it's like behind closed doors, he's a different man. So he's two different men, right?
So that isn't always narcissism. That's chauvinism.
Ooh.
Okay, and possessiveness. Not all narcissists are chauvinist pigs or bigots or etc.
Andrew,
Many
can't you
narcissists have no racist tendencies to them whatsoever. Okay, so a male chauvinist pig with a trophy wife, that's a different concept. There may be aspects of narcissism there, but it really isn't. It really isn't the trophy wife syndrome and dangling her out there for everyone to look at and then verbally abusing them afterwards. That's a whole different level. That's sociopathy.
What about the narcissists who are like, they're really good to the friends, people around them. They look the part, they speak like they sound the part, but to those closer, that's where they fuck them out. Do you know what I mean? The real ones who are real close to them on a daily basis, it's so different. But to all the others, it's act different and look like they're good, basically.
That's a schism personality. The outward personality is the screen personality, and the inward personality around everyone else is the real. It's technically 1.5 personalities. It's like you wear a set of clothes when you're out. That's your outward personality, and then your home personality is different. And generally, there's a severe childhood trauma of schisming that created that.
Yeah.
And there's some who don't like you changing or developing yourself at all, or moving forward, or being any more than you were when you met them. So anything that you do that is self-empowering is really not tolerated.
Yes.
Correct.
I agree.
Now that's more narcissism than that is chauvinism there.
Yeah, what are they afraid of? Are they afraid of something? Like
Losing control.
Losing control.
Losing control.
Of
self-empowering yourself.
Of losing control of that person. Huh. Okay. Because
you're stepping more and more into your sovereignty, and that's threatening to them, the position that they hold you in and how their life is. Because underneath all of this, isn't it like a deep fear?
Yeah. It can be a deep fear, but not all narcissists will feel it as a fear. Some it'll be an anxiety.
That makes more sense for me.
Anxiety.
And is it lack of self-esteem really at the bottom of a lot of this?
Advanced narcissists, no. Intermediate and low-level narcissists, yes. The advanced narcissists create their own self-esteem and their own self-confidence by the abuse of others.
So rewind all of this. Where does it all start?
Environment. Is some of it influenced by DNA and karma? Sure. but it's going to be accelerated by parents, siblings, neighborhood, culture. Example, if you look at the Indian culture in India, they do not have a high respect for women, and their men often reflect that. Obviously, there's a big cultural change going on, but many of the women there, in the average households, don't have real rights. Now, the same thing can be said within some of the more extreme Muslim or extreme Christian houses, so that breeds narcissism when you have a pecking order in the family.
So I suppose there's the thing that some of us choose these relationships as lessons or stuff we've set up for ourselves before we came here.
Sure, that's it. But again, it's going to be the environment that's going to put it into overdrive.
Okay, yeah. So what is it that draws the empath? Go on, Joe.
No, I was just thinking, how does one recognize that they're a narcissist?
They don't.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. They don't.
It's impossible.
So people will point it out to them,
Yeah.
and they may have a sobering moment, but that's somebody who's still a poor narcissist or an intermediate narcissist. Once narcissism is solidified into advanced manipulative narcissism and borderlining sociopath, you can say it all you want, and they may even go, "Yeah, you're right," but I don't care.
Yeah.
I enjoy being the way I am.
Yeah.
I get dopamine releases off of it.
Would you call that a vagus nerve program at that point?
No, that's a life choice, soul path choice, because culture does need narcissists to help advance emotional journeys. They are necessary villains in the world of growth. Like, what would we do without a narcissist to help us all grow?
Well, we wouldn't be having a talking stick show right now.
No, you wouldn't.
No, that is so true. I mean, I'm in a world of empaths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to be too empathic, but that would be such a hard role to play to do that.
Well, no, let's say the volume of narcissists. One of the reasons we have high level of narcissists, we had World War II and no home mental health care for the veterans coming home. We had the Korean War, no home mental health care when they came home. We had the Vietnam War, no mental health care coming home, so on and so forth. And you had the boomer generation grown up with highly broken parents. And many of those parents and grandparents experienced the Great Depression and were virtually starved to death. And many of them experienced the influenza virus that killed, 12% of the population of the world. Okay? Highly broken people. That bred high levels of narcissists in our culture, which you could even say during the 40s, 50s, 60s, and into the 70s, a good 25% of the culture was full-on narcissists or sociopaths.
Is that part of the system setup or part of the system fallout? Or both?
That's the fallout of the system, but it was via intention. It was intended to fall out that way.
Yeah.
Are there different each decade? Are there different narcissists? Like the evolution of a narcissist from, like you're talking about the war, all the way up until the Gen Zs. Like what do their narcissists?
Everything's their ancestors' fault.
As technology advanced, narcissism advanced too.
Okay.
So in the past, a narcissist would be the head of a company, manipulating everybody to do it, because most of the people didn't have the education, and it was the person that was the most educated that ran a company who ended up being the narcissist. And that was just their journey into industrialism. But as technology and technology departments came, you had chief executive officers who knew nothing about technology. Like Xerox is a big example of that. They refused to modernize. Their board of directors never thought the computer would take off. Okay? And to the point where they destroyed their own companies. High level of ego and narcissism in big business. And then the narcissist took over the technology divisions. Nowadays, the narcissists are in HR. Okay? Okay? So they've taken over different positions in business. So technology has elevated where and how the narcissist can master abuse of everything around them.
So it's the same, but not the same. It's a leveling up. Like I have this feeling of like it's leveling up. It's like could get out of control. Could it? Maybe you can't. Sorry, we didn't hear that.
Okay?
We didn't hear that.
The 1950s didn't have social
We didn't
media.
hear you, Andrew.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A narcissist in the 50s didn't have social media. A narcissist in the 70s didn't have Zoom in the background to have team meetings to force people to come in on their days off.
Yeah.
A narcissist even in the 80s didn't have everyone's home cell phone number or canceling their vacation while they're on vacation.
Everybody needs to carry a pager.
Right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Narcissists will use the tools to their advantage. So a narcissist in the 60s didn't have the tools we are today. Therefore, they become more advanced in their manipulative journeys.
Yeah, that's wild. Is that how?
They become more emboldened too.
Yeah, because what? Who let them? Like who? What happened? Why is it so out of control?
Corporate culture.
Well, so it's like they're good middle management for domination and control because they're not quite sociopathic or psychopathic.
Got it.
And get the
So
job
it's like
done.
Sociopaths get to that elite status, and then the real psychopaths run the shit.
That's right.
Hmm.
We could
Sounds
really
like
do
it's like a natural evolution of.
Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, it sounds like just a natural evolution of hierarchical order. They're just moving up the chain of insanity.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but the narcissists don't believe in hierarchical order. They're already at the top.
You've all met them, right? I've met them loads in like places I've worked before, where you meet them and they're higher up, and you speak to them, you're like, "Holy fuck, was that a human? Like, are you a dragon? Like, what the fuck are you? Like, there's no soul in there."
Yeah.
So what are the millennial narcissists going to be like?
Oh, our parents ruined everything. Can't afford to get a house. It's all because they did this and didn't take responsibility. Our
Cancel culture.
took so much responsibility.
Yeah. I was gonna say cancel culture too, Joel. Yeah, we can cancel people now.
Pro-Palestine.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue-haired, nose ring, nipple ring, cunt rings.
Yeah.
45 tattoos.
Feels like
Belly
rebelliousness too.
Have a liberal arts degree with a specialty in anal probing.
What?
Never get a job degree.
Come down to earth. Be a narcissist. Do anal probing. Dye your hair.
What are you talking about? Earth is recruiting narcissists. Calling to the galaxy. Narcissists needed.
Yeah.
What the fuck's a narcissist?
Here's your job application.
Pollock asks if narcissism is ancestral.
It can be, yeah.
It can
It
be.
definitely passed down. So if
We
your
need
mother or father's a narcissist, they will beat it into you. Okay? It's a matter of what damage is it going to do to you and what traits are going to repeat as you grow into adulthood.
I can't help but thinking that it's like sometimes having that narcissist is necessary for others to grow. If being a narcissist in this lifetime causes positive or negative ones, even though you're doing it to help others before, like even though you're not in the moment.
It is a vital role. It's a vital role in spiritual growth. Somebody has to play the villain.
Like the contract holder, essentially.
Yeah, I just had a funny idea of a narcissist speaking to the guides. Like, fuck you. I'm on top, bitch. Guides.
It's much easier to forgive them and then say fuck you.
The guides don't talk to them.
Yeah, they're like, fucking, I'm not dealing. I can't get into them, can't do anything. I go speak to Uncle Joe.
Then they make up fake guides.
Oh, can you
project themselves?
Wow.
Fake guides.
Sessions.
Say that again, Andrew.
The guides don't talk to them, therefore they make up their own guides, and they make up what they say, and then after a while, they believe what they're lying about because they're a narcissist. My guide told me this. Even though guides never spoke a word to them before. And you've seen this in sessions, and then that shit gets hijacked.
So like their internal voice is just full on a narcissist now.
Yeah.
And they have no capacity to listen.
Becomes the narcissist propaganda line.
Because you have it in sessions, and when you deal with certain people, when they come to see you, and you try and actually speak to them, but they actually never listen to any words you say. Then all of a sudden they'll just spill it to what they want to say and what they're doing. Then they'll go and you're like, you actually listening to what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? Like, they've got an answer for everything. They've got this and that. They've figured it all out. And that makes sense because it's them literally hijacking themselves. Thinking they've got the answers for everything.
And they make excuses. I've heard that on your show, Andrew. You try to help somebody and it's all about excuses. I'm too busy. I can't do that.
Limitations.
Getting the narcissist to reveal themselves is very easy. Okay, especially on the shows.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're on the spot first. Okay.
The first trick was live streaming.
That's a big trick.
Then they're coming up against the fencing master himself.
Yes. Yeah.
Are we going to do a hero then? Are we actually going to do an empath one?
Go ahead.
So who's going to be the empath? We'll take it to Amy. You're the empath and we're the narcissist.
Oh my gosh. Andrew can't speak.
That's awful narcissistic of you.
Wait, I have to switch roles. I
think it's just an empath protecting herself.
Yes.
I will play the very advanced narcissist.
Oh God.
Hey Amy, how you doing today? Man, you looking great. I love what you're wearing.
Oh, Andrew,
she looks terrible.
This. You've seen this before. You've seen this.
I don't know. You've got a color about you today.
What are you talking about?
Hey Amy, if you had some work done.
If I had some work done? Laura, what are you talking about work done?
Remember, I'm a narcissist, right? And we're friends off stage.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, you've had your hair done.
Her house.
Pardon me?
She's had work done on her house.
I've had work done on my house. My God.
I'm defending you. I'm defending you, setting you up for emotional manipulation.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've had work done on my house.
And you've had your hair done?
Yes, I've had my hair done. I'm not good at this, guys. I'm not good at this.
I'm the lazy narcissist, so I'm just going to say you use a cheap contractor.
You're a cheap contractor.
Amy, you were supposed to call me last week. You didn't call me.
Yeah, why'd you never call us?
No, I wasn't supposed to call you. What are you talking about?
Well, she calls me all the time.
Well,
She
you're the
doesn't
only
call
one
me.
she called.
Rated all of you.
Oh,
Me and Amy talk for hours every week.
do this. I can't do it, guys. This is so funny. Because I'm like, which one? What do I do here? I don't know. Guys,
right,
wow,
well-
that's hard. Sorry. I'm bad at
Yeah,
this.
that's a
Why?
submissive. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Guys.
We got
Sorry,
sorry,
guys.
you're a narcissist.
I'm an empath, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Laura, what are you thinking right now?
That you've had your hair done.
I've already answered that for you. Why do you keep asking the same question?
Oh, I didn't know I was asking a question. Hold on, we got an empowered empath coming on here. Yeah, it's just that, you know, I went to where you said and to meet you and you weren't there because I thought we had an arrangement to meet, but my bad.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it is quite annoying, Amy, because every time I ring you don't answer, and I have to take my time out to ring you.
yeah, because I screen my calls, Dale.
Okay,
I
well,
screen my
don't
calls.
do it again, please. Don't do it again.
Well, you know what? I can kind of screen my calls if I want to. Because I know when you're
She's getting empowered now.
empowered
The
empath.
empath has moved to the side.
Yes.
That's an
what's the
empowered.
empath?
There we go.
it clicked
You're
in.
an empowered empath.
It clicked in.
Woo.
It clicked in, guys.
I always have to go out of my way to get in touch with you.
Well, I don't to get in touch with me. I don't have to go out of my way.
Dale, do you know how hard it is to get a hold of you? You are the chief of screening calls.
This is tipping over into reality now.
One sec, I've got another call. Hold on.
No, it's fine, Amy. It's fine. You know, it's fine. You arrange to meet and then you don't turn up. You know, it's fine. No problem.
Well, I did text you, just so you know.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I sure did. I'll show you on my phone that I texted you. And I left you a voicemail.
You upset Sean last week for what you did. He's really annoyed at you.
Well, Sean is the one that's going to have to talk to me, not you. What are you
He doesn't
talking
want to
about?
talk to you. He don't. He's so annoyed he don't want to talk to you.
Because Sean's
So-
secretly in love with you. Come on.
Are you his wingman or something?
Oh, truth's got to come out sooner or later.
Yeah.
Come on, Sean. Tell her the truth.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, why are you having him speak up for you?
It's not true. They're just making things up.
What's not true? I don't even know
I'm
what.
not in love with you.
Yeah, it is.
That I'm in
It's
love with
true.
you.
I know it. I know
They're
it.
twisting my words.
I'm an empath. I know. I know you
Amy.
are.
Amy, you do tend to make things up quite a lot.
No, I don't. I mean, no.
A lot of people have been saying you have anyway. People
Making
start-
things up.
Who are those lots of people? You?
my work friends.
No,
Your
you.
work-
That's why they called us the Talking Shit Show.
Talking empath.
one of the Amy, like one of the things I notice is like a narcissist would say to me, "You've had your hair done," and then not say anything else. Because the natural thing to say when you say to somebody, "You've had your hair done," is to say, "It looks really lovely."
Yes.
But they leave you hanging. They
Right.
just leave you hanging. They say, "Oh, you've had your hair done," and then because you're quite, as an empath, you're quite vulnerable. You're like, "Oh, does it look all right? Isn't
Right.
it okay?" And they won't give you that validation.
Yeah, that's
that you're
true.
seeking, which is a really good lesson. Because somebody in the chat just now put, "You shouldn't have to go through all this pain." In dealing with a narcissist. But I tell you what, when you do go through the pain, you learn the self-empowerment. And without the pain, you're not going to learn it. And yes, it hurts. It really hurts. Until one day, like Andrew was saying, you turn it round on them. Like you were doing that just now. That was brilliant. You weren't. You were being the empowered empath, wasn't
Or the
she?
Italian. The
I
Italian
definitely
empath.
So we're going to have to reverse roles because we need a true empath here.
I
think Laura would be a great empath. So
Okay.
the roles switch to Laura, Quickie Massey. She's now the empath, and we're all the narcissist, and we go into a bar and she sat down.
Hi guys.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
How are you? Oh, have my seat. There's not enough stools.
Do you always wear that top?
Yeah, don't you like it?
You always wear it.
Oh.
The seat is too warm.
Maybe I should go home and change. Maybe I ought to change it.
You're going to buy a round of drinks for us?
Laura, go buy us some drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't got much money with me, but yeah, I'll put it on my credit card.
Yeah, just put it on.
We'll buy the next round. You buy the first round.
I'll get her to buy a second round too.
I'll Venmo you.
Okay, I'll go and get all the drinks. Sorry, Joel, you was wanting to say something?
No, not to you.
Oh, can you get me some nuts as well?
Okay. All right.
These nuts.
You have nuts already, Dale.
Can someone help me with this tray? It's pretty heavy.
Oh, you've got the wrong nuts.
Oh,
can I dry roast it, please?
Okay, hold on. I'll just go back.
You got it. You got muscles there, girl.
Okay.
Those
There
are
we go.
technically legumes.
Yeah, what?
Hey.
Yeah, legumes. What? We asked for nuts, Laura, not legumes.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you got to go back. You got to go back and get.
I'll
Go back and get.
Here we are,
And I
guys.
forgot my card at home.
It cost me a bit more than I thought, but never mind. You're all my friends.
Are you okay? You look a bit tired.
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Yeah.
You
I'm
don't
good.
look good.
No, I'm good.
Are you
Thank
sure?
you.
I think you need to go.
Laura's always good. Laura's always
Yeah.
good.
Why
Look, Amy, you're meant to be a narcissist. Come on.
Building her up.
Come on, Amy.
Amy, how are you? How are you? How are you?
Why do you always say you're fine? You always say you're fine.
Yeah.
Because I am. I'm fine. I'd much rather talk about you guys.
Of course, we love to talk. We love to talk about ourselves.
I just got promoted at work again.
Yeah, did you hear?
That's so good. Well
Are you doing that
done.
same thing?
I got my own parking spot now.
In his own bathroom? Tell her about the bathroom.
I'm working on that.
You got my old job.
Oh.
Oh wow!
Did you
You're
give
all
it-
doing so
He's not with the
well.
company anymore.
You're all doing so well. That's really good.
Soon you'll do well too, Laura. Just keep holding out there.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
If you need some advice, just ask us.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will
we can
do.
help
You're
you
all
out, yeah.
so kind. I must hug every one of you.
Yes, you must.
Yes, Amy, finally. Narcissist comes out.
Are you wearing deodorant? I don't want to hug that.
Yeah. I see some.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. Anyway, who'd like to tell me their problems? Maybe I can fix them.
Well, this dog's really
Maybe I
annoying
can
me.
help you. Joel,
my
you
grass
seem
needs cut.
grumpy. Joel, you're very grumpy. What's the matter?
I don't like the dog. You need to deal with the dog.
You don't like the dog? Oh, well, he's gone now. Look, is that better?
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
Laura,
Joe can't help the way he is. It's the family he grew up in.
Yes, it is. Do you want to tell us about it, Joel? Because maybe I can help. Maybe I can help fix things.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
not fixing
still. No, I'm still waiting on my drink.
Oh, sorry.
you forgot. You forgot.
And
Actually,
we're sitting here with
I'm
legumes,
sorry.
and we all have a peanut allergy. Did you
This
forget?
episode
Joel,
is turning into a martyr.
how's AA working out for you with that drink?
Did you lose your chip?
You know,
You lose your chip?
you get enough first chips that count.
How many first chips do you got?
Enough to go to a casino?
Well, Laura, have you ever been to a casino?
No, I can't cope with the energy within a casino.
Why not?
And I don't like
She's
touching
too sensitive.
money.
She's too sensitive.
What are you
I don't
talking
like the
about?
lights, and I don't like touching money because it's part of the system.
I
Actually,
don't-
I'm turning into a light worker now. Hold on.
Well, it's a perfect empath. So
Well, many empaths are light workers.
yeah,
yes.
they actually have certifications now.
Yeah.
So, Laura, how's that revaluation of the
Hybrid.
currency working for you?
Well, Archangel Michael hasn't said anything about it for a long time, about the resetting of the currency.
He's promoting you to buy silver now, right?
Yes, so I thought it would be a good idea if I got some, but of course I don't have much money because I
She cashed
do
the
all
deal
my
on yourself.
sessions for free. I want to just give of myself this lifetime. That's what I came for.
What is your job now? What do you do now?
Oh, I'm a healer.
A
Oh, boy.
healer?
She's a
How
Reiki
many
master.
sessions do you have a week?
Sorry, Sean?
Yeah, how many sessions do you do a week?
A lot. I do a lot of sessions, maybe like 40 sessions with people, which is very tiring, but it's good because I'm helping people all the time.
So is that
It's
donation
strange.
only?
Yes.
It's usually crystals she gets as money instead.
Yes, I do a lot of swaps too.
I do swaps.
And
Hmm.
people bring me gifts, apple pies and marmalade.
How
What
do you
would
feed
those?
yourself?
What do you think
An
those
apple pie
crystals would get
marmalade.
as collateral? at a
Sorry,
casino?
Joe.
I said, what do you think
Sorry,
those
Joe?
crystals would get as collateral at a casino?
Oh, well, yes.
You don't
I-
need them, right? You don't need them.
Oh, yes, I
They're
do.
just-
I can't sleep
They're
without my
just no, they're
crystals.
just crystals. Come on.
No, I need my crystals. In fact, I think you need one, Joel. It will really help you get better from your grumpiness.
You need a Moldavite so you can go galactic.
That drink and some actual nuts would help.
Sick of these lagoons.
Why do I feel like I was waiting on a drink on another lifetime with you?
Oh, I think we were, Joel. Yes, probably.
I think you were twin flames, weren't
Twin
you?
flames. I was just going to say.
So empaths also go into light worker mode, can do, and they can also go into martyrdom too.
As well as narcissists, too. Light worker narcissists, too.
Yes. Okay, because that was something else I wanted to say, that one way I learned from a narcissist was to handle him like a narcissist, but I didn't like that aspect of myself. And when we spoke about it, you said that was something that I'd learned as a survival mechanism.
Yep.
So I became more controlling, and that carried on even after we weren't together. Something I have to watch is that controlling aspect of myself. But you said to me it was a learnt thing rather than something that had been actually part of me.
No, it was part of the abuse that you created as a coping mechanism. It was your way to get back. Clawback power.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Andrew, you ought to do a recovering empath course, because
I did.
what you're
Living in
showing.
this life daily.
Yeah. yes. What you're showing is how to get back in control as an empath by being sacred neutral, not by using the narcissist tools.
Or the
Against-
empath, you go into somebody else's body and feel their energy instead of intuiting the energy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with the empath. They literally sample the energy of others.
And that's being a
That's-
narcissist, though, as well, isn't it? Because
That's
the
why
narcissist.
so toxic. They're sampling the toxic energy.
Yeah.
That's why I say empathy is the lowest level of the psychic skills that you have. And so many people wear the red badge of courage. I'm an empath. Okay, great. Everything in the world can be an empath. Okay, now what? You're going to stay at the lowest level, advance yourself beyond being an empath.
So the empath always make just limitations for themselves, don't they? They always blame themselves being an empath on them being a shit human all the time.
Well,
I can't
that's
do
the
this.
light worker community bastardizing the terminology.
Yeah.
There'll be some people who think what we've done here is really unkind, but that will be the extreme empathic side overtaking the actual sacred neutral side of them, wouldn't it?
Right. There's a lot of people in the community who are extreme empaths and take offense to what we're saying.
Yeah.
Well, that fixation on being an empath is your limitation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, although I was playing it like, oh, I'm nice to everybody, so everybody likes me, and it comes across like people are abusing you because I was being like that. You open yourself up to that abuse, and that is how you're going to learn, isn't it? That's how you're going to start to, get some of that power back.
I guess being an empath, is literally saying that you have no control and concept of your own reality. You don't have any sovereignty because you just give it away to what's out there. You don't actually have control of who you are, an understanding of who.
Just like Laura did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sad thing is, Amy, I've been there. But no, it's not sad. Because
no, it's not sad.
Because I learned from it.
No, because I just saw how easy, because I definitely was when I was a child. I took on everybody's, feelings, and I poked, like, how's he, everybody in my family. But what that tells me is that an empath, even though they are highly sensitive and intuitive, they can't even intuit the narcissist.
No.
Isn't that
because
interesting?
they're so addicted at sampling energies to validate their empathic truth.
Yeah, I just got that.
Sampling energies.
Yes.
So coming towards this end part of the show, and obviously, Sean, you've got something to show us. I think it might be good to talk about a bit more of the unseen aspects of it.
Yes. Yeah.
So with a narcissist, an example would be they'd be taking your energy, and they know how to get into your field and know how to work you energetically. So they know your weak spot.
Seed things into your energy that have debilitating effects on your personality.
And your health.
Yeah.
In my experience. Because you can get like a form of psychic attack, can't you, as well, from them?
Sure. But most empaths are at the over-vigilant state where the mouse farting next door is a real reality to them. And as long as you are so tuned up that the mouse farting next door, that amplifies the skill of the narcissists around you.
Okay, so I found after every row where I got really upset, I got a UTI, which doesn't ever happen to me now. So it's like there was some manifestation in the body or some form of psychic attack, or was that just me being over empathic and allowing that in at the time?
Sampling too many toxic energies combined with seeded into your reality will put you into anxiety overdrive.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Empaths may not realize this, but they suffer from a variety of rapidly developing anxieties that can go away really fast, set on really fast, so they never see it as an anxiety or panic attack. They see it as an attack from external.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Wow.
And what's this? Go on, Dale.
So the empath as well. So when you're dealing with, obviously, in a narcissistic relationship, you basically become the dumping ground for them, don't you? You're basically here whenever you need to store your shit and dump your shit. I'm here. And basically they just dump all the shit on you all the time. You're that person, so they go, it's like a garbage can. they go up to you and just dump all their energetic shit on you. And you just say, yeah, I'll take it, bitch. So
Yeah,
thank
take a
you.
big dump.
So why is an empath like, or maybe it's just the light worker aspect, they have this feeling, it's almost ego that you can love somebody better? Because that's what I thought, that with continual love and compassion and everything else, I could actually heal this person of their narcissism. Is that about ego? Where does that come from?
Ego and vanity. You cannot heal somebody else. They have to choose that journey.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's what I learned. Yeah.
Ego and vanity.
Yeah, so it's not actually, the intention on the surface might sound good, but in reality, it's because you're not healed yourself.
Correct. Yep.
And one thing, it's like empath wasn't necessarily a bad skill. It's just we never evolved and grow with it. Like so many people just get stuck at that skill and they're like, I'm a master. I'm great. Instead of using that to like actually evolve in their practice in life, they just get stuck at the same.
If we didn't have such a toxic society, empath as a basic raw skill can be very beneficial, especially to understanding the nature of the environment, seen and unseen in your reality. Empathy can very much sense the work of the ancestors and help you find a way to grow with it. It could also help you do healing journeys. Empathy, it's been weaponized in a very unique way because of our toxic culture.
Yeah,
Okay?
so the person doesn't know how to express themselves.
Right.
But isn't there a way of being empathic, Andrew, where you're not in their field? It's like, that's something I've learned reading. Isn't okay.
No. You go to intuition.
Not empathic. That's the wrong words I'm trying to say here. Is just reading. Reading someone's energy, what's out there.
Sure.
You don't
It's
have to be out
intuition.
there. That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Remember, an empath has to sample their energy.
Yes.
Okay, and as long as you're sampling and bringing into you, you are watering down your own light.
That's what I used to get. So when I first started doing healings, I'd get pains and shit, in me before I met the client. Yep. And that's something I had to just turn off. It doesn't happen to me anymore. But people like empaths, when they go and heal someone, they go, I've got a huge pain in my head. They're literally picking up and tasting what they've got, basically.
So the importance is to intuit rather than sample.
Correct.
Intuit.
Let go of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't need to like have a pirate chest full of people's issues carried around.
Yeah.
Big filing cabinet.
And the amount of light workers who can't use intuition but always have to use cards. And this is what you see time and time again on Facebook. I'm not dissing cards, but they're overused. Like all they do is just use the cards, dun, 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 this is that, and they completely lose their intuition because they're just.
So TikTok has been embroiled with card readers coming on, and now there's a guy that's doing, I'll put a demon in you for $10 donation.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I'm serious. $10 donation. He's doing a donation drive to practice the skill on TikTok. Okay?
Gracious reptilian overlords and $10 a demon.
Yeah, and some of these online card readers are really good, and then you run across the ones that are classic depressy, giving the most terrible pieces of advice out there.
Yeah, but how do people know that?
They don't. They're suckers.
Oh, okay.
In a world of people that are seeking, there's a sucker born every minute.
Yeah. And so that's where the narcissist comes forward in the empath, right?
That's right.
Have you seen Joel's comment in the chat?
Yeah.
Our demon donations tax deductible.
Yes.
So the thing is, the world, as much as it needs narcissists, it also needs the empath on this journey to balance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, yes, but what is balance for a narcissist and what is balance for an empath? They're foreign objects to them.
Yeah, but then you get the recovering ones. Maybe not so much the recovering narcissists, but you do get the recovering empaths that when they learn to use what you're talking about, instead of being energy samplers, they become intuitive. Then you've got somebody who's actually going to be hopefully a real asset in a community.
Sure, but you understand this, the stages of recovery for an empath. And if you're an intermediate or a low quality narcissist, there's still hope for you. Advanced narcissism, you're talking medicine level journeys to change who you are, and many life challenges beyond that to not fall back to it. And then those that are at the psychopath level, I mean, you need miracle type healing to cure from those concepts. It's because it's so ingrained into everything that you are, and feelings are totally foreign to you. But let's look at a recovering empath who's been in a narcissist or had a narcissistic tendency in the families and had their first relationship was with a narcissist and then decided to marry several years later, but to a new person who was a low quality narcissist. So there's a narcissistic competition going on. Who will be the greater narcissist? Now, the empath will give up on being the narcissist and take the abuse until they've reached a point where I'm done with the relationship. That means they've already had a step forward to empowerment. But as soon as the narcissist is out of their life, what the empath has to realize, they've been stuck in codependent relationships for their whole life. And learning to be independent means they have to turn off the empathy skill, quite literally, for them to grow. And jump into intuition or just turn spirituality off in general to grow. How to have friends and not make them codependent friends. I mean, we've all had a friend out there that is a codependent on us being a friend because they have no other friends. And it's not a fun person to hang out with, is it? You got to learn to be independent. You got to learn to generate your own happiness. You got to learn to have things to do in your life that give you joy and happiness because you source your joy and happiness through abusive concepts through other people. So that's the journey for the recovering empath. Now, once you can source happiness and you can source joy and you're ready to make social relationships, your empathy skill is going to want to naturally turn on again. And that will be your biggest downfall because then you'll start to show narcissistic tendencies. I'll sample this person's energy because I can manipulate them to love me or be my friend. Okay? Then they're using empathy as a war tool.
So
the war.
does the empath and the narcissist kind of ride over a fine line between each other then?
It depends where the recovery journey is and the type of narcissistic abuse the recovering person has. Let's say you had a classic narcissist in the relationship who gaslighted absolutely everything. You break up with them, you're going to suffer trying to starting a new business. You're going to suffer trying to meet friends because that ingrained in you is you're not good enough. You'll never have enough, until you go, I am good enough. I deserve this. And to the point where you're ready to go out and make friends. And then the next grade of how gaslighting affects you because you're out on the limb. You're at brand new territory emotionally, and what are you going to you're going to use your empathic skills to find out the energy of a room versus those ingrained social skills we all have to tell about. All right, the room's happy. Okay.
And then
the problem is also
sorry, Laura.
Go on, Sean. No, go on, Sean.
So, and then that person's past perspective is bleeding into their empathy of the room, and it's just getting it all wrong.
Yep.
And also
And then
your
they
past
become socially
perspectives.
awkward. Right. Then they become socially awkward and wounded again and revert back to being the hermit.
Yes, and also what you do is you start to base how your previous relationships were and how you reacted in them, and you carry that
Right.
forward to a new relationship where somebody isn't like that at all, with no narcissistic qualities, and you're looking for them or expecting them, and therefore you're preempting them.
Trauma.
And and you're damaging the relationship,
Right. Another
based
thing
on
is
past relationships.
Another thing is a recovering empath doesn't have emotional stability or control. And when they run across somebody who is emotionally stable, in control of their life, it's a red light to them. It's a danger light. And they start to compete and be aggressive towards that person and use the narcissistic tendencies to put them back out of imbalance.
Yeah, because what it is you feel, because a lot of this is what you're saying, some of it is what I've been through, as you know, Andrew. And I think what happens is you're not really sure of the ground you're standing on when you're in a new relationship, and they're nothing like the old narcissistic relationships that you experienced.
Yeah.
And so it's like moving sand for you continually. You think you found it, but it's all self-created. That's the thing. It's not the other person creating that. It's everything. It's your whole perception is based on previous relationships.
Abuse and
trauma.
Filing cabinets.
Filing cabinets.
Okay. Now, that's something else the the empath has going to have to do. Eventually, they got to empty the filing cabinets and then dismantle the system of the cabinet itself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Turn it into a laptop and then essentially just an energy field after.
No, they really have to dismantle the whole mechanism of storing energy of others.
And it's funny you say that, because I just had a session where de-haunted the lady from other people's energies, and she literally burst out crying as soon as everyone's energy came out of her, and it was just all other people's shit. And the irony of having this and talking about this.
But it's just it takes a while to go through that change, to get used to new solid ground when you've been on such unsure ground, and to get your own to because you sort of go both sides. You go empathic, and then you go a bit narcissist to try and manage, and then you're trying to find that middle ground, and you don't necessarily recognize it because you haven't been there for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to give some advice on people that are trying to get out of a relationship with a narcissist, whether you're an empath or not. First thing first is you have to start creating a plan for yourself. And you're going to have to revise this plan over and over again. Oftentimes, the narcissist will manipulate through money, safety. So you've got to create a path to be monetarily stable, have a stable apartment to move to. Whether it means if you're good to ending a relationship, you need to get a lawyer's advice right away if you're going to go through divorce. Don't wait on that stuff. If you're in a situation where you have no money for the lawyer, no money, nothing for nothing, there are support groups out there. Okay? And when the narcissist goes, where are you going? What are you doing? Lie to them. And then when they catch you in a lie, you go, I'm going to a support group because it's time for me to leave you. Okay? They won't be ready for that type of stuff. Okay? As earlier in the conversation, I had these quick comebacks. There are many support groups for people who are in tough relationships. Every church sponsors them. Okay? Wherever there's an AA group, there's all these other emotional support groups that are out there. As long as you think you're going to do it on your own, you're going to end up martyring yourself, especially if you're in a very tough spot. Okay? People are very generous out there and will give you helpful advice and even financial capacity to get your first month rent or get you into a place where you're sharing a room with some family that's going to allow you to come in. Okay? The next thing is, once you're ready to go, you can't go back. You can't go back. And they will try their damnedest. I've changed, all the things. You can't go back. Now, it'll be very hard to just ghost them and not answer their calls, especially if there's kids involved. They're going to turn toxic on you. You have to know that. And you got to prepare for that part of the journey of them turning toxic on you. And once it happens, there is where your preparation, the one-liners that cut to the core, the 5-sentencers that cut to the core, something you've saved in your cell phone on your notes where you can just copy and paste and put right back in. Okay? And it's not about bringing up of the past. It's something that cuts to the core. Example, if you're leaving them and they're doing something that's trying to get you back, but they're just being abusive to you, you can have a line, as long as you continue to use these abusive words and not come to the table where we're equals, I will no longer have these conversations with you, and I will choose to block you until you are far more calm. Because right now, you are not calm. You are out of control. And if you have that saved in your little notes features in your phone, a whole bunch of one-liners like that, you will dismantle the narcissist in the moment of the now. You will also trigger them to different levels too. Okay? So once you have a narcissist triggered, there are times you need to put many quips on them to get them to overreact to absolute everything, and then they start making mistakes. And once a narcissist makes mistakes and they recognize it, they retract back. Okay? Mm-hmm. And they have to heal from the fact that they got caught. Okay? You've won right there. Once you've done that, you've won. They won't stop, though. That's the other part. A narcissist won't stop. Okay? But if you have enough one-liners and razor-sharp things, they will stop the verbal abuse in front of you. They'll just start using other people in your family to put the abuse onto. He's this bad. He's this bad. She's like this. So they'll stop doing it because they know their personality can't handle the comebacks.
It's ironic, Andrew, because in the years I spent in that relationship thinking I could heal it, the best thing I could have done, I didn't do, which was to leave, take everything. Yep. And I know your advice, not to, but your advice, and I didn't take it at the time, was the best thing I could have done for him was to take everything and just leave him with his own energies. And I didn't. It took me like 3 years to gradually pull away, keep going back, and pull away again. And that
also,
crazy.
When you leave, who does the stuff for the narcissist?
Yes.
Who does the wash? Who does the cleaning? Right. Who takes the trash out? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on in. There's a vacancy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The world crashes very fast when somebody's not doing their shit for them.
Right. I was still being a bit of an empath and a martyr and going and doing that because I thought that was the kind of thing to do. And ironically, it turns out it wasn't the kindest thing for either of us.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn.
Yeah. When you were talking there, Andrew, I saw the empath, as you were saying, the way to create a plan was like building that muscle.
Yep.
Building that muscle so that it becomes stronger again. And then I saw the narcissist is like, he doesn't even pretty much know what's going on. So he has no muscle to build. While you're building yours,
right,
he's really not doing anything except trying to get you back.
Right.
So he hasn't even figured it out. Like, oh, maybe there's something I need to be doing to keep her with me or him with me.
Well, no, he's generally just being offended is what he is.
Yeah, because the manipulation isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
So he takes offense to everything.
Okay? And once they realize the manipulation isn't working anymore, they've got to go back to the drawing board of manipulation.
They just go from one person to the other, whether it's his mother or father or siblings. He has to put it somewhere, correct? The energy somewhere.
Or one technique to another.
Yeah,
there's different forms of manipulation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But without giving too much love in it, because there isn't any love. Not really.
Yeah.
Not the real wanting you back is only.
There's low voltage love.
Yeah.
You know, yes. We touched that there's the 9-volt battery, and then there's you plugged in the wall spirituality. Now, basic and intermediate narcissists can still generate low voltage and medium voltage love. Mm-hmm. And there are times even an advanced narcissist will be humbled with love. Love is that strong. It can penetrate the narcissist's armor of non-feeling and for a moment put a tear in their eye until they rub it away and have that stiff British upper lip and move on. Okay? But that one moment of love penetrating creates doubt. And doubt is the worst enemy of the narcissist.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so true.
So, guys, we're going to come towards the end of the show. Sean, you have something to share with us. Would you like to go and talk about to flip the frequency here on the narcissists?
Yes.
All right. Let's flip the frequency on that. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been a victim of narcissism for too long. What do you do? So it's like we learned about programming our blood. So this is just a revocation that I wrote just to reprogram the water inside of our body on the deepest layers and scales. So just bear with me. I'm going to just try screen sharing on here. Oh. Window. Got it. So you guys see that? So you guys see that, right?
We don't.
No, we don't.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, now we do.
All right. So you can put anything into these prayers, but just trying to do it at the very deepest level possible. So I'll read this and read along. So this is a sacred waters revocation and an invocation. So we're going to transform the deepest core energies within ourselves, doing a deep programming. We're going to look at the waters of origin and look at deep inner oceans, clearing the pericardium waters, as well as all aspects of our body, the cartilage, the fascia, the bone. We're going to look at different densities, such as air, water, food, and family, aspects we need to survive and prosper, and looking at our perceptions of reality. So this is a revocation and an invocation to reunite with the sacred waters within my bodily system with their highest energetic co-creative functions. In this moment of the now, I am now reformatting all water structures within my body. They're becoming reorganized into the greatest levels of consciousness organization based on the moral code of do no harm to any sentient kind. Water and hydrogen cells act like little mini magnets within my body. These magnetic bonds can create surface tension. They can take shape. They can create infinite unique formations and membranes. The water within my body holds infinite memories. It is a blueprint of creation, since it originated from the sacred springs of universal source. It has the ability to return to that form. Just like there are unique pieces of metal that exist, that when they're heated up or cooled down, they return perfectly to their original shape. So too does the water structures within me have the capability to reconstruct into their original blueprint structure, cast in the universal form of the prime creator and great mystery. My sacred waters have untold, untapped potential, which I am reconnecting to in this infinite moment of the now. These sacred imprintations are what has made the water of Earth so valuable to on- and off-world species for millions of years. Simple hydrogen bonds lead to complex magnetic interactions between water molecules. I now reconnect to the sources of these complex magnetic patterns. I begin to connect my vibrational spirit into the waters of origin as I reconnect my energies to the deep inner oceans of Earth. Held a secret deep within the crust and mantles of the Earth are hidden parts of our physical anatomical structure. One of these little known gems is that there is a giant sphere of diamonds which encapsulate the core of the Earth. This core contains ancient frequencies that have been tempered by time and tempered by heat. They have recorded all of our ancient past and ancient future histories, held within Earth's celestial mind and her dreaming heart. It is our sovereign birthright to reconnect to this massive mineral kingdom. The second little known fact is the presence of underground oceans and lakes deep within and below our surface world. Deep under our ocean is an even greater ocean sandwiched between multi-layered densities of rock. These deep inner oceans represent a clean, pristine, ancient source of Earth's sacred waters that have been held sacred and kept clean. They are being filtered by the mineral kingdoms. The water is constantly being charged by deep inner Earth circuitry. This circuitry is connected to the heart of Earth. With this knowledge, I now choose to reconnect all of the water that is within me to the resonant frequency of these sacred water sources, programming my frequencies on a molecular level. Following this purification process, I begin the meditative process of cleaning out the traumas and karmic pollution programming that has penetrated the sacred waters of my pericardium, be it been from narcissists or empathic overload. I am beginning the elementary process of restoring my sacred waters to its radiant blueprint of health, that which my fetus dreamt before my birth, and that which Earth's dreaming mind has co-created with me. We are entwined in infinite co-creative strands. The Earth is dreaming me, and I am dreaming the Earth. In this fifth world of peace, I am dreaming you, and you are dreaming me, bonded by the golden rule of do no harm to any sentient kind, guiding ourselves through spirals of creation. I am now beginning the unfolding process, rebuilding my internal structures, which emit my omnidirectional message of self. I am fortifying myself and empowering the sacred neutral perspective of which I have chosen to experience myself. I see waters morph and transfigure inside of me, emphasizing my true shape-shifting essence. I see all layers within my body, each aspect of me, which contains water molecules, and that is a lot of me. From my water-saturated fascial network, my supportive cartilage, and my stores of marrow, I impart these purity frequencies that naturally bifurcate destructive sine waves and experiences out of my body. I will no longer hold them in chemical form. With this direct action, I take the core of these teachings to the core of my body. I am taking conscious control of how my water interacts and influences the entirety of my body on the deepest level. This includes all of my internal organs, as well as the entirety of my nervous system. My sacred waters will help to directly influence every impulse generated in acting through my parasympathetic and my sympathetic nervous system. From the inside out, from my seeds of creation, I grow outwards as a healed healer. I grow out, radiating in all directions as a self-illuminated being on the path to becoming a celestial medium, teaching the lessons of peace. My sacred waters hold the internal fortitude and strength to not be diluted by the global counter frequencies of destruction. I am aware of how our power lines and power stations interact with the natural neural network of the background electromagnetic fields of the earth. They're constantly absorbing and emitting karmic pollution from the surface earth with the purpose of reprogramming our sacred waters by penetrative means under the guise of domination and control. I empower my water as well as my blood to have the natural ability to repel these distortive vibrational frequencies so they cannot seep into the multi-layers of myself. My omnidirectional broadcasting field acts just like noise-canceling headphones, canceling out all distortive frequencies before they even permeate my body's magnetic field. This is the golden key for the empath. This is an internal and external purging and purification process of the air, the water, and my food in my local environment. I have chosen to make the universe my home, becoming a universal citizen. The universe is my local environment on a specific scale. I choose to become a beacon for self-love. I am trailblazing ahead where others have already trailblazed before me. So thank you, ancestors, for helping to guide me on the good red road as I relearn my own history and personify what it means to be a sovereign, evolving being on a co-creative journey into great mystery. I am grateful for my experiences, and it has been spoken, and so it is. Aho.
Aho.
Oh,
Bravo, sir.
wow, nice, Sean.
Wow, outstanding, Sean. Lots of really cool weaves in there.
Yeah.
Thanks. A little touch of yourself, little touch of other things, little touch of me-self.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing that, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
beautiful.
Just trying to get it at a core level.
Let's wrap up the show. Andrew, how can people get a hold of you for sessions and so on?
Go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. You can go to the About page and all the different things and learn where all of our shows are at, as well as booking sessions, getting products in our store, andrewbartzis.com.
Thank you, Andrew. Laura?
You can get me at twofeathersmedicine.com. Laura, 2feathers with the number 2 at gmail.com if you'd like to come with me to your ancestral fire or have some self-empowerment sessions using shamanic practices. Thank you.
Thank you. Amy?
Yes, you can get a hold of me or David Ellis. Yes, he's still here at the UCM community at community.universalcitizentv.com. And you can get free resources, meditations, free documents, legal and business. David has his own software over there. And we also have live certified classes such as CBT, hypnotherapy, and Yoga Alliance that should be coming up at some time. I have no idea yet. But yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Sean?
Yeah, you guys can get a hold of me at myinfinitehealth.ca. So I finally did it, and I'm opening up distance light acupuncture sessions. So this is for anyone who wants to just start to understand the subtle energies a little bit better. And you can find that on my website, myinfinitehealth.ca.
Cool, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. And if anybody would like psychic surgery sessions with me, if they need to get some narcissism out themselves or need to realign the body, head over to daletobin.com. I am also offering psychic surgery training on the 13th and 14th of July. So if you want to go into that psychic surgery path, going into the summer solstice, I'm also offering £100 off for an early bird special as well. Just want to say thank you all. I love you all, and thank you. Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Great show, guys.
Bye.
Great to see you, John. Thank you.